Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich is in the Baltic Duchy. Let's continue on from where we last left off. So, of course, we're still at war with Lithuania, Ukraine. And they should, I think, be killed rather soon. It really depends on how many troops Germany actually sends over here, and they might actually get themselves completely encircled, which would be horrible. For many, many reasons. I mean, I guess we could send, like, aircraft over Ukraine. How many planes do you guys have? 69 to 85. We have 50, which actually is substantially more than I would have expected. So you know what? Let's fly these guys over Western Ukraine for now. With a little bit of close air support. We'll send you guys down to here. Close air support over Ukraine here as well. So we'll just kind of, provide a little bit of support to the Germans. It's basically as much as I'm wanting to put into this conflict. And I'm hoping it kind of gets itself resolved. Maybe. Why did nighttime turn on? I don't know. I mean, right now, it actually looks like we should be safe from any possible Ukrainian attack. So we're just going to go back onto our border with the Russians, and hopefully everything resolves itself then. You guys are doing well. Greece probably is going to end up joining up with the Entente, which is not a bad thing for us. Italy and two Sicilies are still at war. Again, we're hoping that the socialists get killed by two Sicilies. That'd really be the best case scenario for us, of course. Now that you guys have linked these guys together, we should be sending troops down to here. But actually, now that these is connected, Germany's like, oh, now we want to send troops to Ukraine. Because the AI, I don't understand sometimes. Canada's going to war on the CSA. How's the CSA actually doing? Not so bad. Actually doing, I think, pretty okay. The Canadians maybe will be able to turn things around a little bit. But I'm more worried the Canadians are just going to lose a lot of men for no good reason. I mean, as long as it weakens the CSA, if the Pacific states or the Canadian state win, that's a win for us. Yeah, because you guys do need to take Kiev soon. Ukraine will then become a puppet of the Germans, because before, Ukraine doesn't start off as a puppet. They do start off as a just in the faction. And Kiev has fallen. Is that going to be enough for them to capitulate? Looks like the answer is no. They're about like halfway there. Still way more men dead than we would have originally have liked. Anti-gun stations. We do need probably more construction material would be my best guess. And now we can get the better rifles as well. Go to infantry equipment 2. We do need more steel. But actually, only missing one isn't so bad. We can actually probably make that not a problem as soon as we get excavation 2. Still in Sevastopol. If you guys can make your way up there quickly, you're worth 5, you're worth 15. Yeah, so you probably are going to need to take Kharkov. But as soon as that's done, you should be in an okay spot. Purchase anti-air guns. We don't need that, I think. Actually, we do. We need 200. We need 300 at least. So you know what? Let's buy. Well, now we need the construction materials a little bit more. We'll get the construction materials. After that, we can get some anti-air guns. Because we have 484 support equipment. And the rest of that we can easily use for better armies in the future. You know, just adding those into our regular armies and stuff. And kind of using it effectively that way. Rostov was part of the Don Kuban Union, so they don't actually matter so much. Yeah, because you should be dead. I hate how many men had to die for the stupid war. But, yeah, Germany, if you would just drive your way to the victory points. The AI does not know how to victory point rush. It would be really cool if they did. Unfortunately, that's just not in the cards. Also, Russia having this many troops on our border scares the hell out of me. But our fortifications should be well enough. I will actually go for forming a spy corporation here. Maybe we'll even become spy master depending on how things go. Yeah, I mean, Ukraine doesn't have the Yeah, Ukraine's dead. I mean, it took much longer. If Germany had just sent troops at the very, very beginning of this war, this wouldn't have happened. You know, 300, 400,000 men dead. Yeah, it's actually like 500,000 men dead, which actually is a ton. The Australian first guys have taken charge, which has like Australian Hitler there. So let's buy anti-air guns. We couldn't construct anti-air defenses, which I think is what I am going to do. United Cliques join the Chinese United Front. Because Japan, yeah, they are now involved in the war. And I think a United Front this large might actually have a chance to repel the Japanese. Japan scares me a little bit because they can declare war on the German... Yeah, let's get actually an extra research slot. Because they can declare war on German East Asia. Which I don't think I need to tell you would be really bad for us. Come on, Ukraine. Ukraine, just surrender. You've given up. You've lost. Okay? As soon as one German unit decides to move their way into Kharkov, which they don't want to do because, you know, that would make things too simple. You know, please declare war on Burma. Why would you do this? I don't understand. Like, we do want Japan to lose. Because a dead Japan helps us out substantially more than a strong Japan. Because Japan, they could theoretically declare war on the Russians. Like, Transmir with Kolchak in charge can try to expand here. I mean, they are doing northern expansion, which, well, gives you manpower. Well, you need to, let's say a war. Or if it were Germany, like, they can still do this, for sure. So, hopefully Japan and the Russians do get involved in conflict. By the way, Germany, you don't need to keep fighting. You can just take Kharkov and the war would be over. There you go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The Yemis... What? Wait, what? Do you not cliques declare war? Why are we at war with the Chinese United Front? I would like it. What? How many? 710? Really? Does anybody else have claims over here? Maybe. I mean, we're gonna see. White Ruthenia. I will give you this territory. And the rest of it, I guess I'll just give to the Germans. But the fact that we're now at war with China makes me incredibly upset. Because we shouldn't be at war with the Russian. Or with the Chinese, I should say. Again, I don't know if you had claims here. Because if you don't, you'll just give it back to a puppet anyway. So it doesn't really matter so much. But what a sad, sad reality we now live in. Because we're going to be at war with the Russians, the French, and the Chinese? Really? Like, I'm not sending troops over there. You're out of your goddamn mind if you think I'm going to do that. I mean, I guess maybe it can benefit us if the... I mean, but the second Wiltkrieg is going to begin in like 3 months. Germany, I swear to God, if you send any troops over to China, I am leaving this faction immediately. I will declare my own independence. Did Germany declare the war? I'm assuming Germany's Asia, because they do have an event here to attack them? Because we did that when we played as Germany's Asia, if you remember, whenever the hell that campaign was. Who the hell are you? What happened to Hirohito? Who's this dude? I don't think I've ever seen him in my entire life. I will buy more guns, though, because guns... No, we won't buy more guns. We have 7,000 rifles. I think that's probably more than we'll ever actually need at this point. Because, again, our army is not very large. If anything, we actually want more... I mean, anti-tank would give us more stuff here. German Empire has not researched anti-tank rifles, so we can't buy guns from them. I guess that makes sense. We'll build some fighters here. All of you guys can now just not fly planes at all. Just stay in our capital, really. That should be fine. We're, of course, missing aluminum. We'll get 1 aluminum from the Hungarians. Should be okay. And I'm guessing we're at war with all of China. Because, of course, we are. Germany's Asia losing their territory. Just an actual disaster. Purchase German rifles, construction material. I'll still buy the construction material for sure. Because that is just useful. And then after that, national focus. Let's go for land doctrine. It's definitely going to be better. We do need all of this. Planning skill +1. I mean, that's to get you. The Vanguard of the Germanic Order, which I have no idea what that actually does for us. Is there anything here we'd want? Popularity. Political power +100 actually is not too bad. And actually, we can just remove... Yeah, draft a constitution for our country. That probably seems like it's something that we probably would want for us. Let's actually go for excavation 3. Follow that up with 1940 infantry equipment. You guys should really just not be in this port. That's my, I mean, defending government. They're pushing our troops towards the north. The German port territories have been taken. Germany proposes a single currency. Political power goes down. The factory output goes up a little bit. That's nice. In light of the consequences of Black Monday, the German government has come up with a new proposal to rejuvenate the continental economy. In order to meaningfully increase and simplify commerce and trade across the Reichspact, they proposed that a German currency, the mark, become the accepted currency in all of Middle Europa. Renamed formally to the European mark, this proposal is modeled somewhat after the Slovenian agreements between the German states in the 19th century, which, among other things, established a standardized system of currency exchange pegged to the Prussian mark, although its reach and ambition is far greater. As a sovereign nation, we are forced to accept these terms without any say. Well, okay then. Fantastic. We'll go with you. I'm going to send you into Russia, because Russia scares the hell out of me. Sure, if any government, we can have a non-aggression pact, and hopefully things don't get too bad. I mean, they've already lost Beijing, and I'm assuming the only major country here... Never mind, almost every single major country is actually... Or every single country in the Chinese United Front is actually a major power, which is surprising to me. But okay then. But you guys here should really just not... You should just leave. I know China has horrible units. Actually, they're not modified by any really big penalties. So I guess they've actually kind of fixed some of their problems that they would otherwise have. Because the Qing government's doing pretty well for themselves. China, or Japan, I should say, hasn't really done anything. You are the... So those are conservatives. No, you're paternal autocrats, which are the Germans? Yes. The Ottoman Empire calls for aid. Faced by an invasion of all sides, the Sultan of the Ottoman Empire has come to us in an effort to secure weapons for his dangerously under-equipped army. 750 equipments. Yeah, we'll send some rifles to the Ottomans, because the Ottomans can join the... Not join the Reichspact directly, but they can declare war on the Russians and the Third International without actually joining the faction. It's a little bit strange how they do that, but... You know, it is what it is. And Poland now being in the International is bad. Germany, you do need to worry about that, because... You're not doing it quite yet, because you have 22 days left on you. So we again, usually it's around like September is when the Third International War begins. I mean, the question, of course, is when will... Yes, we got Ukraine now as just a regular puppet. And you guys did take some territory for yourself. But Ukraine, Ruthenia, and Lithuania, I'm assuming, are all going to send troops to immediately try to invade their way into Poland. I mean, Poland stands no chance in the long run. And what do we want after this? Land doctrine? No, we're researching a land doctrine. 1939 artillery pieces. Get those researched ASAP. Would be nice for us. And how are you guys doing? Tripolitania is in the Chiral Pact, which does make things a little bit more tricky for them. I mean, at this point, I think Germany's Asia should be able to kind of secure their territory well enough. Like, I really guess Japan actually needs to step up a little bit more. We definitely want the line artillery. It's going to be a little bit more important for us. And you guys here, it would be nice to make you a 20 combat with. The problem, of course, is we have no manpower. So you might actually want to go straight up to certified requirement once we have 100 political power. Which we'll have once you're finished. So in 3 days we can do this. It's going to make our economy horrible. But I really don't see much other choice for the time being. We got the political power that we need. Immediately increase you up to certified requirement. We can go to war economy soon as well, which is nice. We definitely want the stability and war support. It's going to be better for us. And right now, I think you're kind of good for everything else. We don't need war propaganda. Our aircraft will just fly over the Baltic Duchy. We should have enough fuel to maintain that. And our navy will convoy raid here. We don't have the fuel for that, so you're really just going to hold for now. But the problem with having only 8 divisions is that our ability to offensively move into Russia is going to be limited, to say the least. Again, there's still the theoretical possibility. Are these all German troops? Of course they're German troops. Because why have any troops? I mean, at least these French tanks are not very well prepared. But Poland has absolutely nobody on the front line. And doing mass fire support, which is nice. So that at least delays this for another 36 days. We're going to lose another 25 political power, but we're getting more factory output. The Canadians are losing against the CSA, which is not a surprise in the slightest. And the Yunnan clique taking territory here. They might actually kill Germany's Asia. We'll have to see, though. You guys actually have landed in Guangzhou. Legation Navy. Are you going to join the Reichspakt? Because I know you don't have a lot of troops right now. Canadian government is... They're doing what they can. Let's just put it that way. What's the Dominion of India doing? They're not doing anything, but the French Federation is going to declare war on them anyway, so... You know, we'll see how that kind of plays out. And you guys aren't doing anything, which scares me a little bit. Because I'm imagining you're probably going to join up with the Moscow Accord, which creates an entire another front line for our armies. And honestly, my hopes for this campaign are kind of dwindling a little bit. Germany doesn't have, because Germany does have the anti-tank, which I do want you guys to have, but I can't force them to research it. Even though that'd be really nice. We're not going to get any of this stuff for right now. We have 500 support equipment, which are still slowly building up. And of course, we're not sending troops down here. The Yunnan clique is just absolutely demolishing you. How many troops do the Chinese have? Probably like 200 divisions, which is a substantial amount. Like... It's going to be difficult for them to attack China. Like, they need to get, like, some massive naval invasion into, like, Anqing. Capitulate them, which should make the job easier. Or try to capitulate the Shandong clique. Bulgaria has joined the Austrians. Okay. That's not so bad. Because Austria will probably join up with our faction in the future. And actually, Two Sicily's doing pretty well against you as well. But eventually, you're going to join the Internationale once the war begins. And again, Germany doesn't have any troops on the Polish border, which scares the hell out of me. Because Poland might just smash their ways, right? And, like, they might cut Germany off from the rest of the Reichspakt, like, immediately. Let's do some parliamentary control. That seems okay. You got troops on the Polish border. Spain has joined the Reichspakt. Okay, that actually does matter a lot. Did the Spanish Civil War never happen? I don't think so, actually, which is nice for us. Spain, please send all of your troops up towards the north. But don't send any troops to China, please. I beg of you. And I'm assuming this is going to be the... Yeah, demand Alsace-Lorraine, which should get all you guys onto this border. Germany should start panicking, which they are now. So I'm sending all these guys are going to go to the Polish border. Okay, okay. So at least Germany now realizes that Poland is a potential threat. CSA Canada has ended their war. As long as the Americans keep fighting it out, we should be okay. And of course, we do want to go to war economy. When we get to 100 political power. And you guys should start moving troops over there as well. But again, that means that this front is going to be way too underprepared to fight off the Russians. So no matter what, I am worried. Let's get the 1940 artillery upgrades. Follow that up by increasing these artillery to be a little bit better. Like, I could train more troops. We have 10,000 manpower. But instead of training more troops, actually, we're going to make the U into a 20 combat with. Which we do have enough rifles for that, so we'll save you. For you guys, if I was to throw in an anti-air company, you'd be missing 70, which actually is not so bad. So we're going to throw in an anti-air company into you. Follow that up by, let's say, a recon. Which should actually be good for you. An engineering company would also not harm you at all. It's going to cost us a lot of manpower. We are going to also need to request one more unit of anti-air guns. But we should then have enough to supply everything. It really is just going to be a manpower issue next. But we should get our way up to about 6.8%-ish, I would think. We should overall have the manpower to field that, but that really is going to be able to be the end of our manpower pool. Like, we can't take many casualties, let's be honest. But I think for right now, this is going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So thanks everybody for watching. My name is Swam. If you enjoyed, give me a thumbs up. Not enjoy, you can always thumb down. If you want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.